So at the grand old age of 80, Joe Biden, your president, he is by far the most failed president, at least that I've seen in my lifetime, probably in the history of the U.S. And yet now he wants a second term in office. Unfortunately for Joe, well, gravity seems to have other ideas. Now, yesterday, the entire country watched in shock another scary looking fall, tumbling to the ground with a loud thump.
Look, I'm no Sean Hannity fan, but this is a very fair line of criticism from Sean Hannity. Why? Because he's an authority on standing straight. Sean Hannity, a lot of people don't know this about the man. You can criticize a lot about him, but he's never fallen. Everybody knows this. He's always stood up straight. He was born standing. He was born with a stick so far up his butt that he has no choice but to stand. And so I want you to realize that when he says the president should never fall, that's just a fact coming from a great American. And I really am disgusted with myself that I even said that sentence. Great American and Sean Hannity in the same sentence, not okay. But then he moved on from his incredible glee at the president hurting himself to show some clips of Biden from the speech, and while they're out of context, some of these clips aren't great.
And during the speech, Joe had some, well, let's call them unusual moments. Take a look.
It wasn't all push-ups and cramming for Prague Week, though to set the Guinness Book of Records, world records, most simultaneous push-ups, there had to be an enormous amount of push-ups.
Okay.
Had him out doing loops and barrel rolls on a glider. I asked if I could do that today, and the Secret Service said, no, we'll have to shoot it down.
Yep, that's confusing.
By the way, I met with, who are those guys that fly over shortly? You heard of them, haven't you? 3 of them are women.
Didn't have to whisper women creepily like that. Fair point. But when you've got legitimate things to criticize somebody for, why focus on the falling? Why focus on the fact that an old man tripped on a sandbag and fell? It seems unfair, and it's obviously something that the left would never do. You would never see MSNBC making fun of Donald Trump for even not falling, for just like walking slowly down a ramp. What? Okay. I'm being told we have to roll clips.
And then this weekend, there were 2 moments from the president's speech at West Point that gave me pause. First, the president raised a glass of water toward his mouth with his right hand before using his left hand to push the glass toward his mouth. Then he exited the stage down what looked like a pretty typical ramp in a particularly slow and cautious manner.
Okay, well, that's even stupider. How about this? How about we take off the table, once and for all, making fun of people for falling or walking slowly? That's the price you get when the only people you consider being your leaders are very, very old. If we consider maybe electing people who aren't in their late hundreds, we might finally have the ability to elect somebody who doesn't have to walk gingerly or trip when leaving a stage. But that didn't stop Fox News from hitting Biden even harder on every misspeak. And it's fair, he misspeaks a lot, but maybe if you're going to do a piece making fun of somebody misspeaking, maybe don't misspeak yourself in the same video when you're saying he's not mentally fit because he doesn't know what he's saying.
At what point is it okay to question his ability to lead, to make good decisions? I mean, was pulling out of Afghanistan against the advice of all your generals a move of strategic brilliance or the result of stubborn confusion and brain fog?
I'm sorry, did you just say mental frog?
Brain frog.
A mental frog. Yeah, Biden certainly. I did it. I'm not making fun of misspeaks, so I'm allowed to misspeak. But you just said that Biden is not speaking clearly and is not fit to lead because he has a mental frog. And either you know about some psychic frog I don't know about, or you were trying to say mental fog, and God came and got you the way he did for me right now. But God and I are cool if he exists, or she. If all of them exist, then I'm on board, and God can take me right to 7-Eleven. I'm in heaven. Take me wherever they have. Where's the place that has Slurpees? My mental acuity is certainly not what it used to be. I'm gonna get up and just try to, I don't know, rethink everything. Oh, gosh, darn. I'm Ben Gleib for Rebel HQ. Check out my stand-up comedy videos on YouTube, Instagram. My knees. You can't check my videos out on my knees. I just really hurt my knees. Or TikTok.